Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We're back here on Elm Creek with Grober Games. So last month we got a good amount of work done. I'm trying to remember. We got all our sorghum out. We got some sheep sold and we're sitting pretty good. Right now I was approached by a neighbor this morning. We got a sowing contract to do, so we're going to pull out our drill here in a bit. It's kind of a good sized field. Field 39. We helped them out a couple of years. I think it was it this year we helped them out? I can't remember now. Everything's just kind of blending together. But we helped them out with, getting that field harvested a year or two ago, I think. And you know what? We're going to pick this contract up. We'll get Tuttle working on drilling here. But we got 2 contracts picked up this morning right away. And we're going to get started doing those. We got new sheep filling up the barns already, and they're doing all right in health so far. So, and I was looking at our sheep earlier today, and it looks like in a couple of months we'll have another set of sheep to sell. 14 head of sheep to sell from the big barn, and we'll have another set of 10 to sell from the other barn. So we got quite a bit of money coming in, and it might slow down our wool production a little bit, but I think we're sitting pretty good yet. We'll check here. Yeah, we're sitting pretty good on wool yet, but one of the first things I think we're gonna do this morning, we're gonna head down to the shop here and pick up a bag of seed, so that way we can make sure we don't run out this morning while we're planting right away. I'm trying to decide. I think one extra bag should be enough, because I checked the drill this morning. We have about 1,000 liters left, and I'm hoping that will be more than enough with this extra bag of seed to finish that whole field 39 for that neighbor. It'll probably take us pretty much most of the day, I'm guessing, for us to knock that out, but it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I say if we have to buy 3 bags of seed, that's $2,400, so we're making a profit around $7,600, I think. So we'll be making pretty good money. It's just gotta keep I'm struggling for words. Keep making sure the cash flows right. So, and last episode I did get talking around, and it looks like there is an oil production mill here in town we can buy. It's over towards the cooperative more, so I think we're gonna sit on our sunflower seeds this year. But the issue is, the person wants about $80,000 for the mill, so we're still a little short. I was hoping it'd be kind of cheap, on the cheaper side, like it was for us when we bought the spinnery. But I'm committed to making that our next major purchase, and then after that, I think we'll pick up two more fields, and probably actually pick up a shed at some point in between there as well. Because as soon as we get an extra field, I think we'll be able to manage our crop rotations a little bit better. So far, I think in the next couple months, I haven't heard anything from the neighbors whether or not if they need help taking out cotton yet. That's still my biggest concern, because without having cotton in the spinnery, our income is going to be has plummeted a lot, to be honest with you. So that's kind of why I'm kind of want to take a risk here and buy that oil production plant. So we be able to stick some So with the oil production plant, I think we be able to stick trying to think now. We be able to stick sunflowers in there and canola. I don't know what else, because I haven't looked that deeply into it here. Gosh. Trying to get the thing to trigger here, and I'm having difficulties. What crop did we need? I think it was canola. Wheat. Okay. We should be good there. Yeah, because that's barley. Okay. But we're gonna head out here, at least get the inrows done, and then once we get that done, we'll have Tuttle hop into it. I don't know why I didn't just drive along the dirt road there. I guess I just want to take the scenic route, kind of take everything in right now. And I think I'm kind of getting distracted by the billboards all the time now. I don't know if they updated since last episode. I feel like they did, but I'm not sure. I think they were like advertising some big farm event last time, and now they're back to the Kubota DLC stuff, which I have, if you've been watching the series. And I don't think we'll get too many Kubotas in this series. I think my other series will be more the one that if we get a little more than we will here. Just because right now, I think with us invested into this New Holland, we're gonna be, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Get this going here. I think we're gonna be pretty fully set in on this New Holland for quite a while, kind of like I was planning with the class. And I think by the time if we do decide to get rid of this New Holland, it's probably not going to be worth anything, because I just noticed like the value of our class is pretty much non-existent anymore, just because we've had it for so long. I mean, we got a good amount of hours on it, don't get me wrong, but it's more or less that it's I can't remember what we said. We're on our 9th year in this series, if I remember right. It's been about a week since I last played this series, so I have to sit here and think about everything for a second. I know we took a peek at it, but it's... And then you gotta realize, we also bought that tractor used, so it's already had about a year or two on it. And what was I gonna... There was something I was gonna look at now. Oh, yeah. Let's go... Since we should be fine, hopefully. Factories. I want to see... Oh, and olives. So we don't have any olives, so it looks like we'll just be mainly producing canola oil for a while. I haven't decided if we're gonna... I haven't really decided if we're gonna do anything orchard related. That'd be way down the road. But I feel like that would take quite a bit of time for us to handle, and I haven't messed with it at all. And it's not something that really piques my interest, but it might be something we dabble just a tidbit into when we start getting a lot of extra cash flowing in, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's add something else to this series. But as of right now, I have no intentions of doing anything orchard related, just because I've never actually done anything orchard related in my life. The closest thing I could say I've been to an orchard is that in the state I live in, there's actually a pretty famous place, or like a wine orchard place here. At least for us, I guess. Probably most other states would beat it out if they had another one. And there's actually... On my drive back and forth from work, there's actually someone with a little grape orchard, and it's kind of interesting to look at, to see, because I would never think it'd be something that I would find in the state I live in, but like I said, it's kind of interesting to look at. It's not a very big one. It's kind of, I'd say more of a hobby orchard, you know, but it's... When you got no other competition around either, and you're the only orchard, so it's probably kind of nice for them. But yeah, so right now our next, like, when we get up to like 90,000, I think we'll be hitting up the gentleman who owns the oil mill in town here and making an offer and see if they'll accept it. And like I said, my plan right now is if we don't get it bought by the time we start harvesting our sunflowers, which are looking pretty dang good right now, is that I'm planning to just store the seed on site, and we're gonna hang on to enough to at least fill it up, and then we'll sell off the rest. So our income will be actually pretty non-existent this year when you sit there and think about it, with our spinnery being at, like, I would say at least 1/3 of its normal production, just because we can get a lot more fabrics out of cotton than we do wool. So we're gonna have a rough start to the year next year, unless we can find find the golden pig or something here. But we're gonna jump in the time lapse here finally, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
hoped we were gonna make it. He promised we would find the time, dreaming for eternity, creating perfect memories. Yeah, we hoped we were gonna make it. Little did I know that time would take us to a place where love could grow, but in a different way. Bigger than they'd say. Now looking at you keep me going back to those days, capable of keeping track of how many nights could pass. Cheap hotels and driving fast, and the radio playing our soundtrack. Broken love, tequila and bluegrass. Evenings just like movie scenes along the roads in Tennessee. Dreaming of what we could be from the back of your dad's red truck. No one thought I was gonna make it. No one believed I'd take the time for realizing my own dreams and taking care of you and me. Yeah, I knew we were always gonna make it. Little did I know that time would take us to a place where love could grow, but in a different way. Bigger than they'd say. Now looking at you keep me going back to those days, capable of keeping track of how many nights could pass. Cheap hotels and driving fast, and the radio playing our soundtrack. Broken love, tequila and bluegrass. Evenings just like movie scenes along the roads in Tennessee. Dreaming of what we could be from the back of your dad's red truck. Those days we were invincible. Splitting up would be unthinkable. Though at times it made me cynical, I wouldn't change a single thing. 'Cause he gave me you keep me going back to those days, incapable of keeping track of how many nights could pass. Cheap motels and driving fast, and the radio playing our soundtrack. Broken love, tequila and bluegrass. Evenings just like movie scenes along the roads in Tennessee. Dreaming of what we could be from the back of your dad's red, from the back of your dad's red truck. of hearts. When everyone folds, your fork still holds. Your place in your bed, showing no regret. Close your eyes to hide your lies, roll the dice. You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. You're playing it cool, bending all the rules, talking way too loud, and you're talking rude. You're playing a game, driving me insane. Your heart is back, and it's a fact, no turning back. You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft. Come on. You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence, letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft. I've got my moves, I've got my song. When I turn my mojo on, I'm feeling fine, I'm feeling strong. It won't take long when I use my witchcraft. When I use my witchcraft.
Alright everyone, this is where we're going to start wrapping up today's episode. We didn't get a whole lot too much done today for activities, but at least we made some money is what the main takeaway is of what I'm going to do from this. I pretty much forgot that we were also in the month where we needed to get our winter barley sold, so we got that done as well. I've been kind of scatterbrained lately, so a little bit off course on the normal for the series. But I decided that I wanted to pick up this contract since we had a chance to try out Kubota, just because I think they're a nice looking tractor. They're definitely not a tractor that's popular around here. In fact, I should say a full size Kubota. There's people with like little compact Kubotas, but for like a full size one like this, I have never seen one. In fact, I would say Vent actually has more going on around our area than this little Kubota does. But I figure we give it a try on this series just because I don't think we'll ever really own one, like I said, but at least we can say we've ran one now. And it looks like it's the biggest one out of this series because I think the 181's the next size down, which is about 180 horse if I remember right. But it is. I still think it's a sharp looking. I still think the whole design is a sharp looking tractor. But like I said, we'll wrap up today's episode here. I think next month we'll be getting ready to start doing some sunflowers, and it'll be another exciting time because we'll be running that Massey combine instead this year for sunflower harvest. So at least we got quite a few new things going on in the next couple months. Like I said, I think if we have the opportunity and we find quite a few good contracts, I think we might get Tuttle involved and start hitting those up as well, just so we can try and hit that $80,000 mark as soon as possible, so that way we can get to producing sunflower oil right away. But we'll end it here today. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe so you can stay up to date to the latest series. Above all else, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And most of all, thanks for watching.